Hi there. I'm standing outside one of the government buildings on Booth Street near Dells Lake. I just wanted to show you an example of some of the wrong ways they grow, plant, and maintain trees in cities. Um, Here's an example of, I'll just switch to vertical format for a moment to help underscore the fact. Um, Here's an example of all the things that are done wrong. Now, in my opinion, this is not a tree. This is a whippet. And first of all, it's grown way too tall and skinny, with very little in the way of side branches. Here, I'm going to switch back to horizontal format. Um, yeah, very little in the way of side branches. An exposed trunk, um, isolated, which makes it vulnerable to sun scald in the winter, um, because there's no side branches or any surrounding vegetation to protect it from the sun. It's prone to damage from lawnmowers and weed whackers in the summer, the growing season. And I'll get closer here. As you can see, there's already a little bit of damage, weed whacker damage here, as you can see. So so yeah, so it's way too tall, skinny. It's it's isolated, so it's vulnerable to the wind and elements, sun scald in the winter. As well, they're planted with way too small of a root ball in proportion to their size, which really decreases their chance of being able to take and survive. Um, I heard a statistic that in Vancouver, a city with a very mild, amenable climate, um, the average longevity for a newly planted city tree is 5 years. Yeah, that's only 5 years. And here in Ottawa, our climate is much more extreme, with hot summers and cold winters and the salt we put on the streets. So, as you can imagine, that life expectancy is going to be even reduced from 5 years in Vancouver. So, yeah, so it's like they do this all wrong, and they know it's wrong. They know this is not the way to do it, but the reason they do it this way is simply for convenience. Um, these trees are grown this way so they can be stacked beside each other. Um, so it's just done with a monoculture cash crop mentality. I think what you really need to do to build better trees is, first of all, have them grown by local people who live in the neighborhoods, who would be willing to who have willing and have time, to grow these trees in their yards, wherever, maybe like volunteer or whatever. I know there would be people interested in doing that. Um, and also, of course, how you do it, how you grow the trees is, first of all, you start with them much smaller, like only about a meter tall, I would say. So plant them when they're about a meter tall and not by themselves. You see, what you would do is you plant a big hole, and at the same time as you're planting the tree, what you would do is surround that tree with some bushes, and this would provide the tree with protection from sun scald in the winter, damage from lawnmowers and weed whackers during the growing season. And because you plant the tree so small, like about a meter tall, you can have a much larger root ball in proportion to the tree's size. And so that's going to greatly enhance the tree's likelihood of surviving. You don't have to over prune the tree. You can leave the side branches on. As well, when you dig the hole, you make sure you fluff up and revitalize the soil. And you know, if you did it this way, did it right the first time, I think it would save a lot of taxpayers' money. You're much more likely to have a tree that's going to survive, and because the way they're doing it this way, they just have to keep doing it over and over again because the trees they don't survive. They keep dying and they have to be replaced. So you're wasting money, you're wasting time, and you could do this so much better. As well, if you plant the tree smaller, 1 meter high, surrounded by bushes, and you make sure the soil is good, fluffed up, and adding like some organic material, perhaps like wood chips and stuff, like to make sure that there's plenty of air pockets so the roots are better able to grow. You don't want a hard compacted soil. That's going to really get rid of the problem of root shock. You don't have like a root bound problem if you have a small tree grown with a large root ball. So you're not going to have these problems, and you're going to have much healthier trees. And that's how you should do it. So I guess I'm done for now, but thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.